Thank you for choosing to watch the Watchman News Headlines video. Our full episodes can now be seen over at Patreon with much more added content for just $2 a month. Link is in the description. If you cannot afford $2 a month, please consider using our Amazon affiliate link, purchasing from our Teespring store, or making a PayPal donation. All links are below. In order for us to grow, we have to make changes to enable it. Our time is valuable, and we have been one of the very few news sources actually dedicated to bringing you honest, hard-hitting, actionable news and information. Plus, for your $2 a month, you do not have to hear me blabber about these links. It's a win for us all.
Bullshit.
Thank you. You know, there's a reason why I don't pander. There's a reason why I don't stretch the truth. There's a reason why I don't go out on the internet to be able to pick and pull specific bits of information and news to be able to fearmonger or to be able to try to prove a point that might only partially be a real concern. And the reason why is because these are acts of extremism. When you do that, it is extremism. If you try to mislead anybody, if you try to misrepresent a situation, that is a form of extremism. And they are going to be using those forms of extremism against us. And that is one reason why we do what we do here at the Watchman News. That is one reason why I kind of made a separation between YouTube and Patreon. And the reason why is because we can get much more in depth over there on Patreon, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it because that $2 paywall is an amazing tool at keeping the people out that really don't want the honest information. There's a lot of people out there that strive for what they want to hear. They want to remain in their echo chambers. All of that is extremism, whether you like it or not. I'm sure this is going to be an unpopular video, just as my last couple were unpopular videos. Why? Because I'm telling the truth, and nobody wants to hear the truth. Everybody wants to run, because what it is they want to feel comfortable. They want to feel safe, okay? And sadly, people find safety and comfortability, if it's such a word, in those echo chambers. Even if those echo chambers are chambers of fear-mongering, they still find safety in that. It's a very, very strange mental disorder, and that's exactly what it is. It's a mental disorder. And we don't do that, and people don't like that. People don't like the truth. They absolutely hate the truth. Well, we're going to keep telling it. And this is the biggest reason why we're going to keep telling it. Because the governments, and I know this is the UK, but we're already starting to see things form here in the United States in the very, very same manner. This is what I'm concerned of. And when you've got these channels out there that are fear-mongering, these channels that are there are things to be concerned about. Sadly, a lot of these channels are going the wrong directions with these things. A lot of these channels are providing the problems. They want to just inundate you with the problems. They want to keep your head stuck in the problems, but they don't offer any solutions. Not a one. Not a one. And that's what I want to get away from. Folks, we do got trouble on the horizon, and that's not fear-mongering. The reason why we've got trouble on the horizon is because of all of these levels of extremism that we see happening. Now, this is really taking things up a notch. This is a report out of the UK, and I guarantee you're going to see the very same things happening here in the United States. I want to read this article, but there are a couple of things that I want to really point out, right? The Commission for Countering Extremism has called on the UK government to close a loophole that has allowed individuals to express extremist ideologies and views online without any repercussions or fear of prosecution. Okay? And I'm skipping a paragraph here down to here. Extremist groups, whether neo-fascist, neo-Nazi, Islamist, or others, are able to operate lawfully, freely, and with impunity, Lead Commissioner Sarah Khan warned in a statement. Okay? And then listen to what they say. Without action from the government, the commission laid out how hateful extremists will continue to be able to create a climate conducive to hate crime, terrorism, or other violence, and will be able to attempt to prod and even destroy the fundamental rights and freedoms of our democratic society. Now, let me read that last part of that again, okay? It is so, redundant. A climate conducive to hate crime, terrorism, or other violence, and will be able to attempt to prod and even destroy the fundamental rights and freedoms of our democratic society. So in other words, by taking away your speech, they're protecting your speech. You see what they said there? That is absolutely insane. But let's go down and see what they say. As current legislation is primarily aimed at dealing with the threat of terrorism, the Commission explained that extremist activity from radical Islamism to white supremacy is not covered by law if it does not cross a threshold of severity. Uh-oh. Now, let me explain this a little bit. There are lines that you have to cross, and obviously it's here in the UK as well as it is here in the United States, and I assure you they are trying currently to do this in the United States. We've seen it. We've been watching it unfold, okay? There are currently lines that you have to cross in order for you to be arrested, in order for you to be investigated, or whatever, when it comes to free speech. Here in the United States, you pretty much have to make a direct threat, okay? You pretty much have to have a direct target and make a direct threat. It has to be pretty specific before it becomes a legal issue. They are trying to take that away in the UK. And I guarantee you, we've seen it happening, that they're trying to take it away here in the United States. So what happens then? And then who controls what is extremism? We've already watched them change the definition of so many words. Folks, this is doing what they need to do in order to come down on anybody that has any opposing view. Do not think for a second that this has to do with white supremacy, radical Islamism. It doesn't. This has to do with opposing voices. And they're wrapping it up with a nice, pretty bow and making it sound like they're trying to help you and they're trying to protect you. Folks, you cannot be protected if you can't know the truth. And that's why I've been calling out for some time now these other channels to knock it off with their misinformation, because they are so damaging to truth. It is unbelievable. They are choosing money over empowerment. Like I said the other day, my goal is to empower you. That's my goal, to empower you, not to control you. I don't want people just coming here because I sound cool, okay? I don't want people coming here because I make them feel warm and fuzzy. I want people coming here because they want the truth. And I don't care how many, thumbs down I get. I don't care how many unsubscribers I get. I could give a damn less. I've said that since day one in 2014. And I continue to say that. If you want the truth, welcome. If you don't, see ya. We have to be able to get a handle on this, because we already see what the governments and the major corporations are doing to try to mislead us, to try to get us to a point to where we bow down to things like mandatory vaccines. That is a very, very dangerous precedent. And if we can't speak the truth on these matters, what's next? What's next? So I'm once again going to call out to the other channels out there, knock it off. Knock off the fear-mongering, knock off the pandering, knock off the too cool for school act. We're in trouble. And we are the only ones that are able to get ourselves out of this trouble. But we're not going to be able to do it if we're more worried about profit or we're more worried about fame or whatever the case may be. We're only going to be able to achieve this if we're real, not only to ourselves with Father Yah, but to the people that are within the sound of our voices. I hope everybody has a good day. Please keep an eye on this stuff. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.